Hey everybody, David Skarika. So it's a little breezy today. So this guy I know here, my friend Tom, he does a surf camp every June and July. So some kids here from the camp. I haven't been here in a while. I told you I had this well, my power was out. I wanted to come to the beach because, obviously I was hot, sweaty, but I really couldn't because I had a limited amount of water because my generator only powers basic stuff. So, and then I have a water pump that pumps the water from my tank. So it was like, then if you're down here in the salt, then you're gonna chafe and, get jock itch and all that crap, right? So then, so I didn't, and then I told you I had this stomach virus. At least it's making me lose weight. I think I'm over it today. I feel a lot better today. I'm still gonna tone down what I eat, kind of thing. And now it's funny when you get into that mode. Now I'm losing weight. I wanted to lose about 11, 12 pounds a week or two ago. Now I've lost about 5 of it. So I only have to lose about another 6 or so, 6, 7 pounds. So, markets, so Microsoft's reporting. So it does look like, I talked about I think I'll talk about gold and silver tomorrow on Friday. So, but it does look like the NASDAQ is starting to roll over here now. Just how vicious the selling has been. And go look at the difference between this and the correction last October or this spring. So you look at, I always talk about the 87.29 thing, but that's a small thing. Now, who knows? Maybe we crash in September. Because that 55-day rule I've talked about would be about early September. If that were to be the case. I don't think that's going to happen. But I definitely could see us we're having this leg down here, and then at some point, smash lower, and then, or we are smashing lower, and then at some point we're going to get a bounce. Definitely any shorting that I want to do, I'll look to do on that bounce. Let's get, the RSI is getting down to about 30 in the NASDAQ, and we're almost down 10% now, so I think we're getting close to some kind of short-term bottom here, but I definitely think the signs are there. And look, I never believed the BS that, the market's just going to expand the breadth. These stocks are too big a part of the market now. These top 5 stocks are something like almost 27 or 28% of the index. So really the market at this point, they are the market, and the market needs them. So, and I just think that boost we saw in breadth, was just it was just kind of like this final gasp of, the combination of the disastrous Biden debate and the attack on Trump. People just assume Trump's going to win. He's seen as more pro-business, and it was kind of like this final orgasmic move into the stocks, right? And so that's basically it. So yeah, and again, and now we're seeing this move lower. And like I said, the key was what I talked about again. And I hate to sound like a broken record, but when we had that market cap to GDP hit 200%, that was basically it. That basically was the top. That was the day of the top. It just, and remember, 200% in 2021 was a lot different. 200% in 2021 was, I'm going to quickly turn around. The wind's blowing this way, so I don't want to face that way. I'm going to stop walking for a bit because I don't want to do this when I'm around a bunch of people over there. So the 20% or 200% in 2021 was when rates were 0. So you could actually make an argument at that point. You could say, well, stocks have these big premiums because rates are 0 and there's no other place to put your money. And when rates were 0, even if the S&P was only yielding 1 or 1.5%, it's better than 0. But now, you can get, even if the Fed cuts 100 basis points, you can get, 4.25% on your money, and the differential between the S&P dividend yield and the 10-year bond's one of the biggest it's ever been, and when you factor in not just the actual when you consider it because we're talking lower rates, it's you got it's a third of what the rates are. Like in the UK stocks are at 12 times earnings and 4% dividend, right? So it's hard to know, but I would say longer term UK is going to do a lot better than the US from here, regardless of their horrendous political situation. Although everyone has a horrendous political situation at this point. But anyhow, yeah. So So yeah, it does look like that to me. We'll see what Microsoft does tonight. I'm gonna keep this. My last few videos have been a little longer than usual. I'm gonna keep this one a little shorter, especially because I'm walking. But I just wanted to talk about that again. So yeah, it looks like I'll put a chart of the Nasdaq under this. It looks like, yeah, the Nasdaq, you know, has seen a very good whack. And like I said, this is different. This is more vicious than these past corrections we've seen since the end of the 2022 bear market. You know, this is even more vicious than the sell-off at the beginning of 2022. And I think it really is a sign that the bubble's starting to burst, you know? Again, if you go look at like 1929, I'm not saying that's gonna have that kind of crash, but there was the market when it started falling that September, it followed very sharp and then had a bounce. At some point, you can't just have a 5% correction be a big correction, right? It has to be more than that. So again, I wouldn't short anything down here because stuff is just, you know, too oversold. And also it just shows you, like, I got into defensive stocks, you know, I just decided this year, I was just thinking to myself, well, if they cut interest rates, which I feel was going to happen this year, these high dividend plays are going to look more attractive, right? Because people are going to start getting lower rates. And usually in those rate cut cycles, they tend to do well. And the defensive companies also do well early in the bear markets, you know, because people just want to, you know, return, I guess, of capital, they say, and they want dividends. So, and a couple of these defensive stocks I've picked are up 10-20% plus the dividends you're getting, and because of that rotation. So, and this is kind of what I'm getting into. You know, I don't want to beat a dead horse to death, as they say, but that's why I'm doing less junior mining deals. I'm going to do a few still, but and I want to do stuff like this because this is what works. So anybody gonna walk through the surf camp here? I'm way at the end, and I'm antisocial when I come to the beach. So the reason I go way to the end is because basically I can go down there and then not have to talk to anybody. I know that sounds bad, but at the end of the day, when I'm burnt out and I'm just chilling on the beach, I don't want to talk to people.